What is up, YouTube? Wanted to make a video for you guys out there. If any of you ever out there thinking of becoming a homeowner, there's the pros and cons to it. Versus same thing if you're not a homeowner and you stand in an apartment or renting somebody's home. Guess I'll lay down a couple of the pros. But owning your own, you can do whatever you want when you want, which is a very good thing. But other thing, the cons is maintenance. You got to keep all that up yourself. There's no maintenance guy. There's nobody that's going to come and cut your grass for you or things like that, the things you need, or even, just little stuff like a maintenance man would come and do if you're renting or you're in an apartment. But let's just say that maybe the cost is the same. Let's say, for instance, you own your stuff. You might got a $1,200 mortgage, and you rent. You got a $1,200 rent. Well, if you're renting, you're throwing that money away. If you got a mortgage, that's something towards what you own. But anyway, that's pros and cons of that. Like if you're renting, you can just pick up the phone and call somebody to come fix something for you, and you can't do whatever you want to do. That's one of the cons to it. The pros is you don't need to do no kind of work really if you're a lazy person, or not necessarily just lazy, but you might not can get out there and do all that kind of stuff. But let me show y'all something here. This is the back of my house, and when I got this house, and the market is still tough, but it was a fight. So I'm not going to exactly say what I paid, but I had to pay $5,000 more than what they was asking because I kept getting outbidded. And the place I used to live in was a 2-bedroom home on a crazy busy street. So I had to park my car on the street. My car kept getting hit by neighbors. That was another house I owned, but I used to rent apartments too. You got to start off somewhere. I did start off by renting, but I moved my way up and now I'm here. But to say all that is because I had to hurry up and grab this place because I had to get my kids away from that area. It was a dangerous area. And now I'm here. But when you buy a house, you still got to be careful and do your due diligence on your work. I was in a rush. I was looking at 3 or 4 houses at a time. I bid on all of them. I was jumped at the one that first bid. My problem was, let me show y'all this right here. Let's flip this camera around. This right here, this house had a septic tank on it. Now, I dug it up and everything because you got to get them pumped out every 3 or 4 years. Depends on how often you use it. Sometimes you can go by 5 years. It just depends on how often you use it. But this house had a septic tank. I knew one of them had a septic tank, but I gambled. I said, what's the chances of me getting the one that had the septic tank? I actually forgot about. I looked at one that had a septic tank until I looked at the agreement that I had actually signed, and anyway, that's just one of the cons, right here that I'm dealing with. But at the same time, my pros outweigh the cons. I got so much peace. I mean, all my land back here. I'm thinking about putting a fence up. My neighbors is not too bad, but I got a neighbor way over there. My next neighbor is way over there. I don't have anybody living behind me. These trees right here, I just had those cut down. I've been wanting to get them cut down since I first moved over in here. But now somebody told me I can sell that wood on Marketplace. I don't know. I'm gonna see what it is. Other than that, I might just burn it off slowly, or I'll pay somebody to come haul it off. The reason why it's back here because I got a better deal if I just had them take it back here instead of them hauling it off themselves versus, them cutting it down and hauling it and all that kind of stuff. And I've been needing them cut because I done had the trees in the front fall down on cars in my driveway before. So it's one of the cons of owning your own stuff. Other than that, it's not too bad. House could need some painting. It wasn't this bad. I just got I think they call them eaves up there. I just got them done. My gutters need cleaned again, but I just got those done. I have to get that done before I get it painted. But the house needs painting badly, very bad. It's late in the season right now. I don't know if I'll probably just get it, wait till next spring, or they're just coming spring and not next spring, but I'll probably wait till spring to get it painted. But y'all, I'm telling you that if you want to own your home, man, and it's not a hard thing to do. A lot of people think it's hard, but pay your bills on time, get your credit up. One thing I tell you, if you want to monitor your credit and everything, download Credit Karma, or what is it called? I think it's called Credit Karma, something like that. I'll leave the link in the description, but it's so you can keep an eye on your credit. Pay your bills on time. So when you do go out there to try to get a loan, because most people will need a loan unless you just got big money to buy a house straight out. And no power to you if you do. But yeah, you take care of your credit because that's gonna be a big part of your home payment. It's gonna matter when they check that credit. That's gonna be a big part of that determines the amount they will loan you. Now, what I did also, well, I'm not even gonna say how much I paid on my down payment, but we just say it was more than 25% of what they was asking for on the home. And the crazy part about that is, when I first got the home, I didn't have a disability or anything, but I was anticipating on staying here for maybe like 3 years, moving out onto something bigger and better. But with that being said, I did that so my mortgage can be real small. And it's a good thing I did that because God was on my side. Because long story short, I wound up losing my job due to my disability, but I did receive disability payment, that is. And with that being said is I'm able to pay all my bills and my mortgage, all with my disability. And my wife doesn't have to pay a thing with that part. Now, what she do have to do is she has to pay for little things she actually wants. She don't have to pay for a lot, but little things she wants just to help me out. And like if she want her own car, she had to make her own car payments. But it's not a bad thing owning your own home. Sometimes you gotta watch your neighbors who you will neighboring with. Another beautiful thing about this house, like I said, I think God watches out good because this block where I'm at, this area, it's like I'm in a rural area. It's like the country. I don't have no in and out traffic. Dead end down there. All the area over here, all the streets are dead ends. So pretty much everybody know who belongs in that area and who's not. and you pretty much start to learn who's company. So all that just to say, go ahead and invest in the home. Don't throw your money away to on somebody else unless you just don't have a choice, because I know they don't do too much of a credit search. You don't have to do too much of nothing if you want to rent, but you kind of do. You know, people think you might not have to have a down payment, but what they will ask you for is first and last month's rent, and they'll ask for a deposit. And if you can come up with that, you can come up with a down payment on a home. So don't be discouraged when it comes to home buying, and don't be living off no female young man. And young women, don't let no male live off of you. Do for yourself. Do the best you can for yourself. I understand sometimes you got to start off, you know, but don't live off no one, and don't let nobody live off you. If y'all a team, go ahead and grow together if you can, but don't just live life doing nothing. Always have a goal in mind. I always have some goal in mind. So I try to tell my family, I always had a goal in mind. Anyway, y'all, think about that. Be strong. Don't give up. Keep looking for that house. Let me show you them trees real quick, though. Where them trees was that I had cut down right there. Those are where they at. I still got to clean this up because I just had them cut down like a day ago. I just had them suckers cut down. I've been trying to do a little cleanup out here because right here, over here, there was some bees. There was some bees, but now they done settled down. Yep, they done settled all the way down. They might have went back in there. It was like a beehive over there. It was a beehive over there. I think they done went in, and I don't know if they moved or not. I have not disturbed anything over here. So the bees could still be down there in the ground. They was in a hole. I don't know what kind of bees they are. They live in the ground. I thought bees usually made a hive somewhere high up. I never heard of bees living in the ground. Never heard of anything like that. But yeah, you see my neighbor back there. He doing his own thing. He got his little trucking business, and just a neighborhood of a bunch of great people. You know, don't have no trouble over here at all. At night, I see all kind of crazy stuff running around here. I done seen coyotes, groundhogs, skunks, frogs, snakes, foxes. I mean, man, I done even heard some crazy sounds of things I didn't even know what it was, or couldn't even identify the sound of what it was. But I know I don't believe in nothing like Bigfoot or nothing like that. But if you heard some of these sounds that come from around here, you'd think you was in the country, and we're just like 1 mile, not even a mile, but a mile probably from out the inner city. You can hear the highway back and forth now, but it's still peaceful and quiet over here. Anyhow, I'm just rambling on. Anyhow, guys, invest in yourself. Get you a home. Keep your home. Don't ever sell it. If you want to, you could sell it. I mean, because I wound up selling my other one. But if you sell it, make sure you're selling it to upgrade. Don't just sell it because you broke and need money, or downgrade, or I don't know. Just don't. Just always invest. Put it that way. Always invest. Always invest. Another thing I want to say about stuff like this too, even if you own a own home, the thing is, you never really own nothing. You never really own nothing. And what I mean by that is we have property tax. We have property tax. So if you think you buying a home, you're getting away from some once the house is paid off, you're not getting away from nothing. I mean, you might have a small payment, but you're not really getting away with nothing because you don't pay that property tax. Guess what? Your house is going up on the auction block, whether you own it or not. And so that property, land right here that this house sit on, this land right here that this house sit on, this is never yours. That will sit on it, is it yours or not? Because you don't pay on this land, they can take it from you just like that. You can't say, okay, oh well, let me take my house with me and move it. It's a catch-22, right? So that's something else to think about. But you don't pay your rent. Guess what? They're putting you out. We never own nothing here. We here. We don't even own this body. We're just a soul in the spirit renting a body from the Lord Jesus. So be very mindful on things you do, man, and what you actually call yours. But anyway, my people, whatever you do, always try to invest and upgrade when you can, if you can. Peace.